Welcome to the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. This is your podcast for all things hockey. On this podcast, we talk about past history to the modern day and what you can do to grow the sport. I am your host, Adam Rothstein. All right, let's get to the show. Welcome into the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. This is episode number 48. Today we are talking about the midway point. We are talking about the All-Star break. We're going to recap the stats leaders and what the standings currently are and a little bit of my predictions. All right, let's get into it. So there have been... So each team has played about 50 games, and if we can get to the standings, I'll show you that. So each team has played 50 games, and we have and we've got we still, anything can happen. I don't see the Flyers winning anything, and even though, oddly enough, I mean, like, there's still, like, technically a 500 team, even though they're really not. And it's like, yeah, we're 21, 21, and 9. Yeah, we're a 500 club. No, you're not. You just lost in overtime 9 times. So that certainly hurt them. I don't see Philadelphia getting in. Pittsburgh and Washington is going to be a battle, and it's not going to be in the playoffs. Oddly enough, if the battle happens, it's going to be out in the regular season. So, the games they play against each other, that one game they play against each other, rather, could make all the difference there. And they're at 60 points, too. They as well. Carolina really surprised me. I'm going to go down to... I'll be in Charlotte on the 10th and the Super Bowl weekend, but fly back in. But the Charlotte Hurricanes, Carolina Hurricanes have 34 wins on the season. They have dominated the Eastern Conference, and really the only one else that's better than them is Boston. And I think, Boston has the best record in all of the NHL. They really have surprised me as well. The Red Sox won back in 2018 their World Series. I think Boston's due for another championship. The Maple Leafs, the curse of the Maple Leafs, they have 31 wins on the season, but I've got a feeling that they might win a series this year against Buffalo, Florida, or someone else. I think if they have to go up against Tampa Bay, I highly doubt. I expect Stamkos and Nick Paul and Andre Vasilevsky to shut down Austin Matthews and John Tavares. Excuse me. Detroit's not doing too well, even though they have 21 wins on the season. They've lost 8. They've played 48 games. You've got Montreal, which is like one of the worst records in the NHL, which is kind of surprising as well, but every team goes through that. And you've got the Blackhawks and the Ducks. Chicago really was not doing too hot as well there. The Wild could certainly do something great. in out west. Winnipeg certainly is that possibility. Dallas is I if it's like Boston and Dallas, which is not out of the realm of possibilities. Yeah, that would be the two highest point total teams. And assuming they finish the highest 2 point total teams in the Stanley Cup since 2001. So that would be something to watch as well. My Washington Capitals, I do want to talk about them. 60 points. You have that one good game against a bad team, or if the Rangers have a losing streak, Washington can certainly overtake them. I don't think I think it's the Islanders are gonna need to win in regulation if they have a shot as well. Devils are doing. I think the Devils could certainly win that Stanley Cup and bring another championship back to the state of New Jersey. So there's that. I can't cover every team. If I had to guess who's going to win, which conference is going to win the Stanley Cup, I've got to give it to the East. I've got to give it to the East. The East is stacked. Boston has the best record. Dallas is still not quite as good as Carolina even. So you have or New Jersey. So I think you're going to see it out in the East. All right. Let's talk about the statistics. Your boy Connor McDavid has 41 goals on the season, and he also has the most points. Nikita Kucherov has the most assists with 53, and he's got 72 points. So we can see a lot of players get 120 points this year, or 130 points. And I think that would be incredible for the sport. If we get 12 players that get over 100 points, that would just cap off one of the best regular seasons as well. So there's that. Mikko Raton has 34 goals. Tage Thompson has 34. Jack Hughes has been a big component of why New Jersey has gotten on there as well. We may take a look at the completed list there. Igor Shesterkin found his way on to the top 5 in wins this season. Connor Hellebuck has been good for the Jets. Martin Jones of Seattle has surprised me. Probably the biggest surprise there with 23 wins, tying Vasilevsky. But take a look at Linus Ullmark. He's dominated everything in goaltending. A 1.9 GAA, a 937 save percentage, and he's got 26 wins on the season. And I guess he took some days off as well, given the fact. In terms of penalties, you've got penalty minutes, which doesn't really mean anything. It just means that these two teams are not. It just is just further indication that the Flyers and the Canadians are not going to the Stanley Cup final or the playoffs. All right, well, let's get into the goals, the assists, and the points. There's not much to say on wins or save percentage or even goals against average, but I'll talk about this and I'll close out this segment as well soon enough. Excuse me. You want to know who's on this list of goals. Alex Ovechkin, and he's 37 years old. That's incredible. 32, and he's just behind Jack Hughes. Anything can happen. I think he's gonna have a potential to get a 55 goal season. And yeah, I do think he's gonna walk away well. Connor McDavid could get 70 goals. I'm not even kidding right now. Because he has about 30 more games left to play on the season. The Oilers have about 30 more games left to play on the season in total. And if he scored just about one every time, he would get 70 goals, which would be in the butterfly era just unheard of. Braden Point's doing pretty well too. Drysdale, his teammate, if he pushes it, he could have a 50-goal season as well. Myers doing pretty all right. And anyone with close to 20 goals is on this list. So yeah. Check this out. Pause it and see it. Elias Pettersson. Chris Kreider's also on this list. So I don't think he'll get a 50-goal season. I think he'll just do very good. Now, here's the fun part: is the assists. Nikita Kucherov, McDavid's number 2, and he's got 92 points. Carlson's at 66 points. Drysdale has 47 assists on the season. Adam Fox giving it to the D. 38 points. Not oftentimes will you find defensemen on this list, high up as they are with Carlson, Morrissey, and Dolan, but hold on. Let me just get this going. Let me just get this. So as I was saying, it's not every day you get a defenseman on this list. Got a bunch of centermen too, as well. And I mean, the center is going to carry it most of the time, but the D, but this era of the butterfly era has just, this has just proven that, D can get assists too. And don't discount your defensemen because they're almost like the quarterbacks of hockey because, one good pass can make all the difference. So, I think the assists are just as important as the goals scored, if not more important. Let's talk about the points. Tage Thompson has really just found his stride in the NHL, and I really hope he gets into the Hall of Fame one day. Pastrnak has been a big reason why Boston could certainly go back to the Stanley Cup Finals. It's been a few years since they've been in. It's been 4 years since they were there, and almost 4 years since they were there. And I think Boston, if there's going to be a team that doesn't, I think Boston's going to do it in the Stanley Cup Finals. They're the best. I mean, they steamroll their competition. They won the Winter Classic. And David Pasternak's going to be that reason. Scoring, Edmonton's going to be in the playoffs. You bet. Let me just go there real quickly in the West. Or Edmonton's going to be in the playoffs. I don't think they'll dominate overall as a team. Because I mean, even with Drysdale and McDavid, you're still going to have issues as well. Kucherov's His assists has certainly provided that. I don't think we're gonna see a 100 uh goal score season ever, or even a 100 assist record ever again. The days of Gretzky and the stand-up era are gone. I think I would love to see um you know Kucherov or McDavid get to 100 assists. I think Kucherov will certainly do it. So I'm still hoping he gets there as well. We're gonna go back real quickly, and yeah, um, yeah, Morrissey is still on here. Um, but you've got like 30 games left. But 80 assists, and if you just had 80 or 82 assists alone on the season, you'd still get offers as well. So I think that don't discount the power of the assists. The penalty minutes are what's killing the 9 major penalties. Like that's 90 minutes. That could be like 90 minutes or at least 45 minutes, anywhere from 45 minutes to 90 minutes, and you're off the ice, and that's a reason. And if anything, and it's these lists that show the excuse me, I'll refresh this. It's those penalty lists, the major penalties and the penalty minutes in general, that just show you that it just costs teams overall. Let's take a look back at the Sharks real quickly, and they're in 7th place in the Pacific Division, and when you have players in the box for so long, your top guys, guess what? You ain't gonna win games, and that's what this proves. Talking about the goalies one more time, Shesterkin's on this. I'm not going to go too deep into this. Jake Ottinger is on the list, and I think Dallas is going to be there. But Linus Ullmark certainly has a shot at winning the Conn Smythe. So I really do believe if anyone's going to win the Conn Smythe, and like at the end of it all, if he gets 2 shutouts in the Stanley Cup final, I think that's like a goalie's locked it down. So I do think best player to one prediction, player with the best chance to win the Conn Smythe is probably Linus Ullmark. He's on the best team in the NHL, and he's got the best stats for a goalie currently playing in the NHL. So that'll do it for this episode. I'm glad we recapped this. If you want to check out the standings, please be sure to pause them and let me know your take as well. And comment that on the YouTube video as well. And please share the show with your friends. Rate this podcast 5 stars on Apple or Spotify. Please write me a review and tell me why you think it's worth it. And of course, always share it with a friend. And I'm really putting the plugs in today. Subscribe over to rothsteina.substack.com, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take care. Or actually, no, take care. All right. And now we will say take care and share it with a friend. Okay. Peace out.